Hey everybody, new video today. Got an unboxing video on a welder, so show you what I got. Ta-da! We have got the Harbor Freight titanium stick 225 welder. I've got the titanium flux core 125. I love that little thing. It's got the inverter technology, and this other one, this isn't the Harbor Freight welder, but this is a Reboot 140. If I can get over here. But it's a great little welder too. And the neat thing, I can put both these side by side on a cart. Wires are kind of a mess right now, but usually got them all nice and neat. But that's a good little welder, but it's 140 amp rated, and it works good for everyday DIY stuff, but real heavy steel and trying to weld some thick stuff, it's a little bit underpowered for my taste. So I broke down and bought this. And I love the titanium flux the titanium flux 125 MIG so much, and had such good luck with it. I figured this would be a good bet. The 225 amp, or at least I'm assuming that's the amp rated. Yeah, 225 amp. But that should do everything I want, and I had such good luck with the titanium MIG from Harbor Freight. I figured this would be a safe route, and if it wasn't, you know, I could take it back. But as good as the other one was, I expect this one will be too. So, without further ado, let's unbox this, which will be quick. I'm not into drawing it out very long, but let me get in position here. But I'll get this stuff out and get it on the table and show you what we got real quick. Real speedy like, it ain't gonna take very long with this. What you want to know is how does it compare? It's also what I want to know. So, throw that to the side for now. Oh yeah, that's a whole lot heavier. Alright, got a adapter, hot, ground, manual. All the basics of life. Alright. And before I got into these titaniums and different lines, I had never run an inverter welder. But I'll tell you this much, since I have, I love them. They weld just smooth as butter. Before these, I had an old Lincoln cracker box. I think they're like a 235 amp or something, AC only, so anybody that's ever run one of them knows what I'm talking about. They're all right welders, but they don't weld nothing like these. Alright, so let me set you up one more time. We'll just get this out of the wrapping. But we got the basics. Get all this stuff out. Side. Let's get this out. I like that. That's the thing. Alrighty. Now that we got that out, manual, of course, read later. We got a ground. Looks like we'll have a decent amount of cable. Ground clamp, not too bad. I will say one thing, the very ends of that are really cheesy. Wow. So, anyways, looks like we got DIMS plugs, which is alright. That's good. Both of them. Wow. It will work, don't get me wrong, but the term Mickey Mouse comes to mind on that. And our adapter. So, good on that. And here's the front of it. This is pretty nice. You can either flip it on 120 or you can flip it over to 240. So, that's good. It's up to 225 amp. And it's got a amperage here, 70 and 225. I've checked the manual. That might be like on 110 you go to 70 and 220, 225, maybe, you know, I don't know. We'll find out. So, got a nice little chart settings up here, basic guide to get you started. So, got a decent amount of plug here. I ain't got my 220s run yet, so I need to get that done, but I got 110, so we're going to be running this on 110 today. And I guess that's it for the unboxing part, but you get the basic stuff, whether the adapter, ground, hot. Looks like a decent amount of cable there, probably. Oh, I don't know, there might be 10, 12 foot there, guessing. So, without further ado, I will get this hooked up. We'll get some junk steel out of the junk pile and make a couple runs with it and see what it does. So, I'll turn the camera back on when I get to that point. So, I'll see you here in just a bit. Alright everybody, we are on and set up. Fan runs all the time, kind of sort of noisy, not too bad though. And we'll be running 1/8 inch 6011s on this today. Let's make a quick deal. One thing I do want to mention, I did get to looking, those two settings, that green one on the back is 110 only. The big one on top, green and white, is 240, and then you got your, I'm guessing that's a Euro 6010 because it's got both settings. But according to this, on 110, I'm only going to be able to go to 70 amp. So I'm going to run it on 60 to start and kind of go from there. And definitely going to be a 240 machine probably if that's the case. But for today, all I got is 110, so that's what we're running. So let's find out here what we got. Let me get you set up. Alright. We'll get those screws, see what we got. Hopefully you're still in the focus. Yeah, it's definitely 60 amp, it's weak. Turn it all the way up. It is smooth, I'll give it that. This is definitely not going to be a 110 volt machine. This definitely needs to be 240. This just in. Breaking news. We interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring you an announcement. I want to give you guys an update. On the titanium stick 225, all jokes aside, this is an awesome machine on 220. I've got a outlet down there, it's buried. I just took my table saw off. I did a little project real quick, but I temporarily wired me a wire from a breaker box and run it over here and put it on 220, 230, 240, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, this is a totally different beast on 220. This thing is awesome. Don't recommend it for the 110, but for the 220, it is very, very good welding machine, and I do like it. So I figured I'd include that in this video, and I'll just splice it in and let you guys know. But since I made the first part, I did put a 220 to it, and it welds awesome. So with that being said, that's it. So we return you to your regularly scheduled program. I am maxed out, and this is a little on the weak side. I ain't getting much penetration on it. That's it. That's all I got. But the 70 amp feels just like the 70 amp used to on the cracker box, except it welds way smoother, but the amperage is very comparable. So, that being said, let's run another pass. Come on. And I would also say on 1/8 inch, on 110 you probably definitely want to run 3/32. It'll probably be about perfect for this. 1/8 inch just a hair much, and I can't get quite enough of the amperage out. It's burned like I want to burn. But it is doing it. One more time. But it is very smooth welding machine. That's why I like it. I definitely gonna have to get 240 volts set up for it, but it ain't gonna do much on 110. It is very smooth. I think this is going to work out pretty good. And my breaker didn't trip. With the Reboot 140, let me get you here. That, just kind of a comparison. Running this little Reboot 140, I can go about 2 minutes on 120 amp setting. And it trips my 20 amp breaker out about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. But the 120 amp on this feels like the 70 on this. And this didn't trip, so kind of comparable. Let me get the flux cleaned off that and let's see how we did. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to mention that compared to another inverter 110 welder. So I'll give you kind of comparison. Very smooth though, I do like it. Yeah, I know, I keep forgetting to pick up a welding hammer. Don't be too hard on me on that. And I will also say, if you don't have the Vulcan gloves, these are very nice and very comfortable and cheap. These was $8. I love these things. I picked them up because I didn't have no good gloves. I have not regretted that. Alright. Now, don't be too critical on my welds. I couldn't quite, if it was hotter, I could have laid it down better and in. I couldn't quite get the penetration I wanted. It was staying right on the top. It just needed a little more amperage, but that's all I can do on 110. So I definitely got to get my 220 set up. Or 240, whatever you want to call it. Don't be critical on me. But it did weld good, it welded smooth, it welded consistently. So the little bit of running I did, I'll tell you what, I've got a straight run. Let's try to throw up a, what do you think, a little over 90 degrees something here? See what we can do sideways? Let's try that. Make one quick little test on that and see on that department what we think of that. Let me get a new rod here just in case. And then we'll get set up and go for it. I'll finish this one off, get it tacked. I ain't gonna get much penetration, I'm gonna tell you that. Boy, it's hard to weld on. Hard to get a good weld in there. It's just not burning quite hot enough. Let me set you up a little bit better. Bear with me. How about this? Probably a little better view there. Get the camera set. Alright, let's see if we can get a little better view. It's going to be hard to weld. It just ain't hot enough on 110. And I would say 330 seconds would be the way to go 110 on this for sure. It's not much heat. with this 8-inch rod. That's it. Alright. That was smart. Thought I got it out, but I didn't get it out in time. Alright, okay, we didn't hurt it. Alright. Wasn't quick enough on the release. That looks horrible. This is definitely, you either need 330 seconds on 110, which would help, but I just don't have enough heat running the 1/8 inch, and I got her maxed out on 70. It's just, like I said, it looks absolutely horrible, but I couldn't get enough heat to get the penetration in. I like it and it's smooth, but I'd say this is definitely a 240 volt machine, so you're definitely going to want to run at 240 to get the full benefit of the 225. If I could have went up to, the way it feels, if I could have got up to 90 or 100, this would have been just fabulous. But I can't get enough heat on 70 on the 110, but you know, it does weld good, it welds smooth. I like it, it's consistent, it's even. You can, because it is DC coming out, but you can feel it on the, like the old cracker box with the AC where it fluxes back and forth. You can kind of, you know, on the alternating current, you can feel that, but this is just smooth as butter. And I'd say get the 240 hooked up. This is going to be a smooth, good machine, but it's just not enough on 110. So other than that, I think it's going to be great. You know, only time will tell. If I can remember, I'll do a 1-year review on it. And I still got, this is a new shop for people just tuning in. We're still working on it. And work in progress. You know, I've got temporary lighting and stuff, but I've just got my 110s in, and I'm getting ready to work on my 240s and get them in. And so when I get that, we'll have this all set up. But I think this is going to be a good welder, good addition to the shop. So anyways, so I guess that's it for this video. If you're thinking about it, I'd say it's going to be alright. I'll know more when I get the 240 up and get it going where I can really burn it. But that's all I can run right now is 70 amp, and it's the 1/8 inch rod, and I'm welding 1/4 inch plate too. So, you know, something thinner and 330 seconds rod would probably be great on 110, but as it is with the thicker stuff, not so much, but it did weld smooth. So definitely a 240 machine for me. But I like the way it welded. It was very smooth, very consistent. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up, and get the 240. I'm really going to use it too. So I guess that's it for this video. If you're thinking about it for the money, I'd say go for it. So I guess that's it. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It does help the channel. Click subscribe. It's absolutely free. And then if you do, hit the bell and you'll get notified of every video like this and every other video I make. All the builds, all the welds, product reviews, all the good stuff. And I guess that's it. So as always, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.